Welcome to day 8 of your journey. Earlier in our fast, we briefly touched on blood alcohol content, or BAC, and how it affects your brain chemistry. Today, we're going to take a deeper dive into this fascinating science. Understanding exactly how alcohol moves through your body and impacts your brain can be transformative in changing your relationship with alcohol. In our previous discussion of BAC, we learned that alcohol creates a predictable pattern in our bodies, a quick rise followed by a longer fall. Today, we're going to examine this process in detail, looking at specific phases and understanding why that first drink often leads to more. This chart illustrates 3 crucial elements across a typical drinking session. The green line shows the stimulant effects, which is the euphoria or buzz that you associate with alcohol. The red line shows the depressant effects, which is the sedating impact of the alcohol. And the purple line tracks blood alcohol concentration, or the percentage of your blood volume that is alcohol. So let's break down what happens when you take that first drink. Phase 1 is called the rise, which is what happens for the first 20 to 30 minutes of a drinking session. During this time, your brain releases dopamine, which we have certainly talked extensively about before. The dopamine causes you to experience that warm, pleasant sensation. Your heart rate and your blood pressure also increase slightly, and you might feel more sociable or confident during this time. Then phase 2 kicks in. This is called the peak, which is what happens from minutes 30 to 45. This is when BAC reaches its highest point for that single drink. The maximum euphoric effects are felt. Your inhibitions begin to lower, judgment starts becoming impaired, and your reaction time begins slowing. Then comes phase 3, or the decline, which is what happens after 45 minutes from that first drink. At this point, your liver begins metabolizing alcohol at a fixed rate of about 2 to 3 hours per drink. BAC begins falling even while the alcohol is still in your system. The depressant effects become more pronounced, and that initial euphoria starts fading. As we have discussed, many people reach for a second drink around the 30 to 45 minute mark, trying to maintain or recapture that initial pleasant feeling. However, this creates a compound effect. The liver is still processing that first drink, while the second drink starts to add to the overall BAC. Let's look at what happens then with subsequent drinks. With drinks 2 and 3, BAC continues climbing, but the pleasant effects are becoming less pronounced, and the depressant effects are increasing. Coordination decreases, speech may become affected, and judgment becomes further impaired. And then it only gets worse from here. With drinks 4 and 5 and beyond, BAC may reach dangerous levels. The euphoric effects are minimal at this point. Depressant effects dominate. The risk of blackout increases. Emotional regulation becomes difficult, and physical coordination significantly is impaired. The science clearly shows why chasing the buzz is both futile and dangerous. It is a biological impossibility to recreate that initial pleasant feeling in the same drinking session because your body has already initiated the metabolic processes. Tolerance begins building immediately. Depressant effects accumulate with each drink, and brain chemistry has already been altered. I'm telling you all of this not to scare you or pass judgment. I personally reached the danger zone many nights over many years before I became alcohol-free. But it's important for you to understand this biological process, which helps explain why moderation can be so challenging. That perfect buzz you might be seeking is, by design, a fleeting moment that can't be sustained. When we understand these biological mechanisms, we can see why turning to alcohol repeatedly for comfort or relief is ultimately unfulfilling. Just as nature abhors a vacuum, our souls seek lasting peace that temporary substances can't provide. Tomorrow, we'll explore another fascinating aspect of how alcohol affects your body: tolerance. We'll discover why you might need more alcohol now than you did years ago to achieve the same effects, and what that means on a biological level. The science behind tolerance helps explain why casual drinking often progresses over time, even for the most disciplined people. Understanding tolerance and how your body develops it is another crucial piece in this journey of transformation. I look forward to diving into this topic with you tomorrow. For now, take time to reflect on today's journal prompts and remember, Knowledge is power, especially when combined with faith.